Hi, I'm Alec Krautman with your Managing Drought in the Southern Plains briefing on June 6, 2014. These briefings are brought to you by the Southern Climate Impacts Planning Program in association with NOAA, the National Integrated Drought Information System, and the National Drought Mitigation Center. Recent rainfall in areas of the Southern Plains continues to bring some drought relief and drought monitor improvements, with additional rains expected in the short term. We will cover updated Oklahoma and Texas agricultural conditions and the announcement for the June 24th Wichita Falls Drought Outlook and Assessment Forum. On the most recent US Drought Monitor map, you can see large areas of D2 severe drought or greater located across the High Plains, Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas, into the southwest, the Great Basin, and over to the west coast. However, recent rainfall has brought continued improvements in drought intensity. Most notably, D3 drought in red is no longer one continuous area through central Texas. Most of the Oklahoma and Texas Panhandle region has experienced over 3 years of long-term drought, so much more regular and widespread rainfall is needed for further improvement. Now the drought monitor by region. In the High Plains, there are slight improvements this week in parts of Nebraska and Kansas. In the south, there have been improvements in parts of Texas, northern Oklahoma, and a little in the Panhandle region. The most significant improvement is the large reduction of D3 drought in central Texas. Conditions have degraded in other spots, as evidenced by the D3 expansion to the east along the Red River. In the west, conditions have not changed much this week, with severe drought conditions still widespread. Next up is a look at rainfall departures. You can see the recent rains represented in the percent of normal precipitation over the last 14 days, with areas of western Oklahoma, West Texas, Central Texas, New Mexico, the Central Plains, and the Northern Plains all above normal. This rainfall has certainly helped, but regular rains are still needed to make up for the longer deficits. Over the past 60 days, below normal precipitation is clear across Kansas, Oklahoma, and North Texas. Over the last 6 months, below normal precipitation is still apparent from the Southern Plains and into the west. You will notice that on all the longer-term maps, northwest Oklahoma and the Panhandle region is especially deficient in precipitation. Looking at soil moisture anomalies from the Arkansas Red Basin River Forecast Center, you can see areas that have received recent rainfall have near normal upper zone soil moisture conditions. More rainfall events are needed because warm summertime temperatures and growing vegetation can quickly deplete moisture. Lower zone soil moisture anomalies are not much better overall and characterize the long-term drought impacts. The red colors represent anomalies less than 50% of normal. Now the short-term 5-day outlook from the Weather Prediction Center. It indicates more widespread rainfall is expected across the southern plains and the central U.S. through Monday. A very moist air mass and stalled front is producing the sustained chance for showers and storms. I can hear thunder now from Friday morning storms in Norman. Some spots in central Oklahoma this morning have received about an inch of rain so far with the squall line. The western U.S. is expected to remain dry. Looking at the 5-day maximum temperature anomaly map, near normal high temperatures are expected across much of the southern plains, below normal high temperatures in the central U.S., with above average highs out west. Now to the Climate Prediction Center 8 to 14 day outlooks. You can see a likelihood of above normal temperatures for western Texas, the U.S.-Mexico border region, the west coast, and over in the southeast U.S. as well. Below normal temperatures are likely in the northern Midwest and near the Texas-Louisiana Gulf Coast during the June 12th to 18th time period. On the right, below normal precipitation is likely for Texas, up across the Rockies, and to the Pacific Northwest coast. Chances of above normal rainfall during this period cover the eastern and north central U.S. The NOAA 3-month outlook from the Climate Prediction Center was updated May 15th and depicts a chance for overall above normal temperatures across the southern U.S. and up the west coast, below normal chances to the north, and equal chances for above or below normal temperatures in between. This pattern represents the western ridge of high pressure that has been so persistent this year. For the precipitation outlook, there are equal chances for above or below normal conditions across a large part of the country, except the Texas and Louisiana Gulf Coast, where below normal precipitation is expected. And there's an above normal signature across the central Rockies and the Intermountain West. The U.S. monthly drought outlook has been updated May 31st by CPC and shows drought is expected to persist for much of the southern plains, the Great Basin, California, and Oregon through June. Notable areas of improvement or drought removal are in the Central Plains. Now for an update on some Oklahoma and Texas agricultural conditions from the USDA weekly state reports. The topsoil moisture conditions are improved a bit from earlier this spring due to the recent rainfall, but the moisture has been too late for the winter wheat crop. The wheat harvest is underway now at the start of June, but the majority of the Oklahoma and Texas crop is in poor or very poor condition. Almost half of pasture and rangeland in Oklahoma is in poor or very poor condition as well, but Texas conditions have improved as of late, with only 29% of the state rangelands listed at poor or very poor. Now attention will turn to the summer crops, with additional rainfall really helping the crops just planted like cotton and still growing like corn. SCIP, in conjunction with NOAA, NIDIS, and the Texas Water Development Board, is hosting a drought forum in Wichita Falls, Texas, Tuesday, June 24th. The event begins at 10 a.m. and the registration webpage address is listed at the bottom. We will cover the current state of the drought, an outlook through this winter, monitoring and planning information, as well as financial resources for Texas interests. There is no cost to attend, so please register and we hope to see you there. This concludes this week's Managing Drought in the Southern Plains briefing. See this list of resources for more information and visit the SCIP website at southernclimate.org if you'd like to register for future webinars. Thank you for listening and have a great day.